everybody, this is Kyle with Attack of the Fanboy. I'm here at PAX East 2016 at the PlayStation booth, which is all about PlayStation VR. And honestly, now that I've gotten to try it, that makes sense because the PSVR is actually a really nice virtual reality headset. I kind of had my doubts, I will admit that. After trying the Oculus, getting kind of a screen door effect with the pixels. You can kind of see the pixels because they're so close to your eyes. I was worried that the PlayStation VR with its slightly lower resolution would have a much bigger problem with that. Not at all. It worked really well. It looked really good. And just the tracking overall was spot on. Really did a great job. I didn't feel nauseous or queasy or anything. And the graphics were really good as well, just in the games that I tried. So the two games that I tried were the PlayStation VR Worlds, which is kind of a selection of demos. The one that I got to try out was London Heist, which is a really cool action scenario where you're in kind of a car chase and you're shooting these guys that are trying to chase you down and take you out. This was a cool demo just for me because it used the Move controller so much. You have two Move controllers in your hands. You can pick up objects in the car. Your right hand has a gun eventually, and then you have to actually like reach over and pick up ammo and put it into the bottom of your gun whenever you need to reload. So it's kind of very immersive. There was a little bit of a tracking issue. I'm assuming the scenario is the reason. Once you get this in your house, it shouldn't be a problem. It was really cool just being able to look around, find the enemies, and shoot them. It was kind of like a light gun game taken to the extreme. So if you enjoyed those in the past, you'll really like this. Now the other game that I tried was Riggs Mechanized Combat League. It's right over here. And that was stellar. It was actually, I would say, PlayStation VR's killer app. VR is getting big. I mean, the Vive, the Oculus, the PlayStation, they're all coming out this year, and they're all vying for your money and a big chunk of the new VR market share. And Riggs, I think, is what will sell PlayStation VR game or headsets because it is a good game by itself. And then with VR, it's just that much better. So the way it works is you're in kind of a mechanized robot, kind of a mech suit, and it's a sport. You're running around, you're shooting other players, but really your goal is to go into overdrive mode. So you want to pick up these orbs that are all around the map, and then that will trigger overdrive mode, and the goal is up in the air. You need to jump up into it. Of course, that makes you a big target. Other players try and shoot you, all that sort of stuff. So you track enemies, you aim your weapons by just looking around. You also have a regular controller in your hand for moving around and turning left to right, because obviously you can't turn all the way around. So the VR augments what would have been a pretty standard first-person shooter experience, and making it into a sport was really cool. But what really sets Riggs apart from other VR games that I've tried is just the level of immersion that they put you into. So it's a seated experience, obviously in a mech suit, and when you look down, you have your body. Other games have definitely done this, but I haven't quite experienced it to this level up to this point, where I look down, and as I lean my body, the body of my player leans as well. You see his arm move and tense and change position. So it's very immersive. There were a couple of moments where just that fourth wall blended away, and I felt like I was in the game. It was really, really cool, a great experience. There's a couple of other games that they're showing off here. We haven't been able to try those out, but so far, just from these two, I'm very sold on the PlayStation VR after being pretty doubtful coming into it. There's still Oculus, there's still Vive, and those are probably higher end experiences. But for the money, for the amount of money that it takes to get a system and get it into your home, PlayStation VR it's cornering that market. So from PAX East 2016, this is Kyle. Keep checking the channel. We'll have tons of interviews and gameplay and everything. So keep checking. Thanks.
Easy. PS4 for the players.